Hey there, it's Transman Am, and it's February 6, 2012. My name is Erin. Let's see here. It's been 2 weeks since I've been on testosterone, and I've noticed a few changes, but really not that many. My voice is lower. If you go back and listen to like that first minute-long video, I sound pretty girly there. Here, hopefully, I don't as much, though I'm sure in a couple weeks I will think this is high. I think about sex a lot more than I used to, and I didn't expect that to happen so rapidly. And yesterday my voice cracked. I still don't have much of an appetite, but I'm eating just to keep my weight up right now. All right, so in the next few weeks, I should start getting some peach fuzz here, and also my voice will pretty much plummet right away and crack a lot more and squeal. So jokes are welcome. I don't mind the teasing. And I'm also going to start going to the gym just to kind of take advantage of the testosterone and build some muscle. Speaking of muscle, I had 200 milligrams injected today instead of 100 milligrams. We decided to up the dosage to go a slightly more aggressive rate just so that we can get changes faster and because I didn't really feel anything the first week or 2 weeks. And so I had 200 milligrams injected today. And here's a tip for anybody who's injecting intramuscularly. One of the things you can actually do is take your injection spot, which you don't inject on your arm. It's not a large enough muscle. But do this a couple of times, and it relaxes the muscle enough to where the fibers like release and you can get a clean injection that doesn't hurt. I did that this week and it made a huge difference in the injection. So when I start self-injecting in about 6 weeks, I will be doing that as well. Let's see. This week I wanted to talk about coming out and how awkward it can be and some other thoughts on coming out. But first I want to give a big shout out to all the queer youth and their allies out there. Allies, thank you for the work that you're doing and for just being there for all the queer youth. And queer youth, thank you for being you. Who you are is fine and good. And I believe in you. A lot of adults do. And 3 little words that you've heard a dozen times are true. It gets better. Don't ever let it get to you if somebody tells you that who you are is wrong. It's not true. The really only way that you can get to happiness is to accept who you are. And who you are is good. There are plenty of people out there who believe in it too. So queer youth, my hat's off to you. All right, coming out, something that a lot of people get to do. I came out to my work and my close friends and my mom as trans first, and it was not a big deal at all. It was very easy. I knew their opinions beforehand, and it was fine because I knew that they would accept me, whatever. Now that I started transition, I've had to come out to many more people that I didn't even think about initially. And people are starting to use proper pronouns such as he and him, which I appreciate. And telling somebody you're trans is a lot different, or at least it was for me, than coming out as queer or gay, which I did before. I've had to justify and explain a lot more than I ever had to with being gay. And I think that comes from just a general lack of knowledge about transgender people in the general population. So I've had to educate myself and be confident in the knowledge that I have. And coming out has made me really realize and talk about and become solid in who I am and the decisions I've made. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I have doubts. Yes, I go through all those questions that come through, and I wonder, am I making the right decision? What's going to happen? This is a permanent thing. I'm only 24. What does the rest of my life even mean at this point? But coming out, I've had to totally accept that and say, yeah, believe in myself and what I'm doing. And so it's been kind of a very introspective process for me, and I've gained self-confidence and self-acceptance and love more through this process than any other that I've gone through. Now, coming out is still an uncomfortable experience. I mean, I don't know how people are going to react. I came out to a whole bunch of people, and some were just shocked. They had no idea. That was pretty much those who knew me while I was growing up and trying to fit in as like a bull dyke, which was acceptable, while being trans was not. So coming out has really caused kind of a conflict in me. It's like I want to be accepted and I want people to know who I am, but like I have to know if they're gonna accept me as me, or if what they see, if they see it's like a huge sin and think it's like totally wrong. I feel like I want to know that so that I can distance myself and dislike them first, or at all. But at the same time, it's like, if they're going to reject me, I want to reject them. But that doesn't bring love or peace into the world. That just kind of fuels a cycle of hate, a cycle of violence, intolerance, lack of knowledge. And so for me to become comfortable with people who might think that a sex change is a sin is a very large step in my life. It's a large step because I have to be so comfortable and so sure of who I am, and that who I am is good, that I am lovable, that I am wanted in this world. I have to know those things before I can interact with another person who might not think the same things about me. And so coming out has become something that was just very localized with the person that I was talking to, and instead is now very global and about how I approach people in general, because I don't want to be one of those people of hate. I don't want to be one of those people of intolerance. I can dislike their opinions and still love them. And that's what I'm really kind of working on now with some people who don't think or don't understand about the sex change. I recently came out fully on Facebook, changed my name to Aaron Phillip, and got a lot of comments about it. Thankfully, they were all good. The people who don't like it haven't said anything to me, but because I know that I am good in who I am, I will continue to just be me and to disregard their opinions as valid. And that kind of goes back to the shout out that I gave to the queer youth and their allies, because who you are is good, and who you are is valid, and who you are is a lovable individual. And if that's true for you, it must also be true for me, too. So it all comes down to a kind of inner peace and security within a decision. And I will honestly say that starting hormone replacement therapy, I do feel better than not. I feel pride in what I'm doing, that I'm respecting myself and treating myself well by creating the individual that I want to be. And so this is a long-winded way of just saying that, it's a difficult process and there are uncomfortable things that we all have to go through. But what it comes down to is you get to decide who you want to be in this lifetime. Whether you want to repress things, whether you want to openly shout who you are, and whether you want to love yourself. And that's really the baseline of it, because you can't love others until you do love yourself. And coming out has really shown that to me very explicitly. So until next week, I hope you will all be well and stay well, and may peace be upon you.